Njala gets clean ball, plays it to Mosetti. Mosetti brings in Peter Kilonzo, holds off two men, goes down to the floor. This is Andrew Amonde. Amonde versus Baraza has been a duel this afternoon. Wanjala plays it to Amsala. Amsala to Davis Chenge. 2 meters gained for the bankers. Ken Mosetti, he has men in support. This is Peter Kilonzo. Just holds on to the ball, delays the pass, finds the floor once again. Men arriving in numbers. This is pass played short there. KCB attacking that platform. Brian Nikuli on for the second half and on for the final 20 minutes. Brian Omondi, the handling error from Francis Muita as Ken Mosetti just calls for cool heads. Constant Cap is playing the advantage.
Not rolling away from the tackler. That's a call by Constant Cap. And Francis Muita is dropping the ball. So do KCB go to the corner? Yes, they do. They go to the corner. 16 minutes remaining in this classic of an encounter here. Match day 11 of the 2018-2019 Kenya Cup season. The top two teams in the country battling out here. No quarter given, no inch given. It's going to be a line-out throw for the bankers. And Kcb Kabras have been able to withstand the KCB rolling maul. They've been able to defend it very well in this encounter here. It's one weapon which KCB regularly use against every other team. But in the 2 weekends we've seen it on TV against Impala and against Kabras. It hasn't worked. Maybe it could work just now.
As William Juguna rightly puts it, we have 16 minutes to play. KCB with a narrow 3-point lead over Kabras Sugar. Constant Cap just making sure everything is in order. Griffin Musila bracing himself for the line out. Probably will be tagging Oliver Mangeni. They lose the line out. And characteristic of KCB. 3 points separating the two sides. Advantage remains with the bankers. There was an infringement there.
It's going to be a scrum put in for the bankers. Very critical phase of play, because if the bankers are able to score, it will give them an 8-point buffer. And it means Kabras will have a lot of catching up to do.
But 15 minutes in this match is still a lot of time. Obviously, both teams not happy with the proceedings as they are. As those two teams debate about the scrum contest, remember there will be a debate on Bamba Sport on the 7th of March from 7:30. Just keep it Bamba for more details.
And KCB penalized there, engaging early to the front by the front rows, and they lose that momentum which they had created. And as my co-commentator Michael Kwamba said, yes, there will be a debate by Bamba Sport on the KRU elections, especially the post of chairman. And we shall keep you posted on matters, how things go.
Isaac Njoroge feels that kick from Logan Basson, but there has been a break in play. KCB are just happy to run down the clock. Things working in their advantage. Kabras in their haste, they will need to keep their heads. This game is all about patience, especially on the big stage. This is the biggest stage of Kenyan club rugby. Logan Basson looks to get this kick right a second time round. Big kick downfield, fielded by Ken Mosetti. Spots that pocket downfield, hadn't been manned. That was a smart kicking from the KCB fly half.
It's a very good kick there from Ken Mosetti. It could become a territorial game right now, because as long as you're playing in the right areas of the pitch, you're able to get points on the board, and who knows, even score a try. 23 points to 20, 13 minutes to go. Time really winding down here. Remember, Kabras unbeaten in the Kenya Cup 10 games, 10 wins. Almost a huge chunk of them, 9 out of 10 with bonus points. Could they be on their way to their first defeat of the season?
That ball is claimed by Hilary Odhiambo. It's a bit sketchy from Kabras. Logan Basson finds himself in a spot of bother. Goes down under the tackle from Oliver Mangeni, but Kabras making sure they have secured possession. Dan Sikut at the base of that, passes it back. This is a bit awkward from Kabras. Ken Mosetti just piling the pressure on Felix Ayange. He rolls away. It is a desperate contest for the ball on the floor. Brian Tanga is back home. Plays it back to Philip Wokorach, who has been quiet this afternoon. Tony Onyango doesn't field it, but it bounced back, and eventually he gets himself in possession. Tony Onyango, formerly of the Strathmore Leos and Homeboys, in his first season at KCB. Brian Omondi looks to present that ball, which he does. And this is Nelson Nyandat. Andrew Amonde with the delayed pass finds the floor, presents the ball. Michael Wanjala brings in Brian Nyukuli into play. Another 2 or 3 meters gained by the bankers. Amonde is beginning to play a lot more of an influential role for the bankers. Oliver Mangeni is in possession. Taken down by George Nyambua, but presents the ball. Wanjala, Mosetti almost lost his footing there, but does well to keep possession. Kabras defending in numbers. They will also need to keep their heads. This is Wanjala looking for a clean ball. As KCB inching close to the Kabras try line. This is Nelson Nyandat, the former Strathmore Leos man. Francis Muita has secured that ruck. Is he going to claim this ball? Yes, he does. It was quite predictable. KCB slowly, patiently building up.
Yes, they're going for the pick and drive, pick and drive, pick and drive. It's very slow measured play.
And that is Moses Amsala, latest KCB forward to find himself in possession. Brian Omondi with a try, 28-20 and under the posts.
Yes, KCB do get their third try of the afternoon, and it's been coming. It's been patient build up by the bankers. And they now lead by 28 points to 20. And could that be the clinching try for the bankers?
Brian Omondi has made amends for his first half yellow card. One club man has been at KCB since leaving the Maseno school. Fafa Jericho, way back in 2006, has been at KCB since 2007. His 12th season at KCB, and he scores that try.
And the try would actually have been a penalty try, because Max Hadaka actually went for the arm, went for the neck of Brian Omondi. But that's try number 3. So both teams are tied on 3 tries each. And yet to see the conversion attempt. I don't know. Yeah, it's been good. So it's 30 points to 20.
9 minutes in this particular match is a long time, William Juguna. It's just a try, a conversion, and a penalty to draw level. The KCB bankers finally loosening up.
And Kabras seem to have lost a bit of momentum there. The score at halftime was 16-13. So KCB have been able to score 2 tries in the second half.
And the restart from Brian Tanga results in a knock-on. Everything going the way of the bankers. Of course, the partisan crowd here not pleased with the decisions, but you know, you're in the stands, you definitely will miss out things that the match officials pick up.
30 points to 20, 8.5 minutes to go. Time has really flown in this epic clash here. Very competitive between the two sides. And it's KCB who can see the finishing line in distance.
Ken Mosetti is on the floor. He has put in a shift this afternoon. The diminutive utility back for KCB can be deployed anywhere between 10 and 13. Ephraim Oduor makes his way off the field of play, as does Michael Wanjala Waliaula. Undoubtedly has controlled the pace of this match. KCB, I think, will be bringing in Sam Asati, Kenya under-20 international.
Substitutions also for Kabras. I can see Brett Robinson, I think, has come in place of George Nyambua. So 7 minutes remaining to the end of this encounter. And Kabras looks like they could be on their way to tasting their first defeat of the season. They will still remain top of the log, but only by a point if the score remains the same.
This is Ken Mosetti back on his feet. Kick downfield, it looked to have bounced off a Kabras player. Curtis Olago is ever animated. And William Juguna, one interesting statistic I forgot to mention at the start of the match, that this match is taking place 364 days to the day KCB defeated Kabras 41-12 at the KCB Sports Club, also in Kenya Cup action. So obviously not good memories for Kabras thus far, but they have 6 minutes to redeem themselves. 6 minutes to work hard and register a first ever Kenya Cup win over the Bankers. They have certainly come into this match as the form team, as the pre-match favorites. They have certainly given KCB a fair contest. Brian Tanga has been influential, the Kenya Sevens international. This is Adaka, took his eye off the ball. Davis Chenge now in possession. You don't want to be committing those kind of mistakes with precious little left on the clock. Andrew Amonde, the latest victim of a handling error, but we will go down to the first infringement. Things not looking up for Kabras.
Absolutely. With 5 minutes remaining, I think KCB's, that try scored by Brian Omondi, I think has taken the stuffing out of Kabras.
Remember earlier at 12 p.m. these two sides met in the Eric Shelley Shield Reserve League. That match ended 37-35. It was a thriller minute. I actually caught some moments of that match, and boy, it set the stage for what has been an electric afternoon. Remember, the clash between Homeboys and Impala ended 36-27 to Homeboys, and now this one currently 30-20 to the Bankers, and they are driving forward. Asati with the pass out wide to Stafford Abeka. Lunging run from the winger. Fabian Orlando tries to slow his momentum, but he doesn't. Asati receives a clean ball once again. Ian Indimuli, another one of the second half replacements for the Bankers. Moses Amsala, veteran Kenya international. This is Mosetti with the dummy that looked to be a high tackle on Mosetti by Nick Baraza. Yes, it is Constant Cup reaching into his pocket. It was actually Jose Angesa guilty of the high tackle on Ken Mosetti. But in his defense, Mosetti is a small man. And that is what Angesa would use as his mitigating factor. But it's not to be. Obviously, Mosetti making a meal out of it as well.
Yeah, absolutely, he's made a meal out of it.
But that's what to do when you're about 3 minutes away from the result. Shaban Ahmed on at fly half for Mosetti. He'll play out the final 3 minutes of this match. It still isn't over.
So can KCB get a bonus point here? They've scored 3 tries. Kabras have also scored 3 tries. But you just feel that those missed conversions and penalties by Kabras also have affected them also. The score would have been much closer than this, but they're not able to take their chances.
True. You'd also have to give credit to Darwin Mukidza's precision early on, because by the time he was leaving the game, he was at 100% with his kicking. It is KCB still driving forward. Indimuli, another one of the long-serving players at KCB, had a stint at Homeboys before returning back to the fold at KCB. Asati plays the ball out wide. This is Nelson Nyandat. Surges forward. KCB looking to finish off this match on a high. They have been second best in the second half, but have been clinical whenever they have had the opportunities to go over the Kabras whitewash. Abeka just surges forward. Asati brings in Moses Amusala. He loves scoring these kind of tries from close quarters. Carries that ball another 2 or 3 meters forward. Oliver Mangeni goes over for the bonus point try.
Oh, the referee hasn't given that try yet.
But that certainly would have been a fourth try for the Bankers. But like I said, William Njuguna just looking to finish off this game on a high, constricting the life out of Kabras.
And Kabras' winless run against KCB looks like it could continue. The only time these two sides will meet again will probably be either in the final or in the semi-final. And from our calculations and from our observation, looks like they might meet in the final. Who will finish top of the log of the standings?
Well, Samuel Asati guilty of the forward pass. That just curtailed the opportunity for the Bankers to score a bonus point try. Ephraim Odwor makes his way back onto the field of play. But there's a scrum down. Jose Angesa is in the sin bin for Kabras Sugar. So you need a specialist player for the set piece. Kabras in possession. One minute to play. This is Philip Wokorach now. Late incursion from the Ugandan fullback, but he was just taken out into touch. But Constant Cap penalizes KCB.
And it looks like Kabras will be suffering their first defeat of the season.
Dan Sikuta looks to have just come down with a touch of cramp. Fabian Orlando, former KCB center, loses the ball on the tackle. The referee doesn't catch that. That is Cloud Johannes, Tanga, Keegan, Shitambasi. Ball lost there by Joseph Odero. Constant Cap calls for the scrum down. I thought he was calling for the full-time whistle. Remember, we've done the 80 minutes.
We've done the 80 minutes, yes.
This probably is the last passage of play. And William Njuguna, you can safely conclude this debate has come to an end. But on the 7th of March is the KRU elections debate on Bamba Sport from 7:30. Just keep it Bamba for more updates.
30 points to 20 the scoreline. So even if Kabras has to score a try here and convert it, it will be of little consequence. That try by Brian Omondi has taken the stuffing out of Kabras Sugar.
William Njuguna, who saw this result coming? Because for the longest time this season, Kabras have been the form team. On paper, on the field of play, they have pummeled their opponents left, right and center.
There was talk of them actually going unbeaten, but that's, as they say, unbeaten wachia mayai, as they say in Swahili.
And that is Shaban Ahmed to Peter Kilonzo. Peter Kilonzo, definitely not as fragile as an egg. Ian Indimuli is brought down there by the very excitable Charlton Mukua, spending his energy in loading it over Indimuli, that he has floored him. Looked like a scene from wrestling, not a Kenya Cup rugby match. Penalty advantage is to KCB.
Actually, I thought it was a penalty advantage to Kabras, but it looks like it has been changed.
Yeah, you could just see Constant Cap in radio communication with the match officials on the sideline, just informing him of what exactly happened. And KCB will only too happy to kick this into touch and just play it as it is from the resultant set-piece play. I think we can safely conclude this result. It's just the margin now.
KCB, I know, are desperately chasing for that bonus point. Can they get it here? 10-point buffer over Kabras. Two of the top teams in the country who have met in the last 3 and 4 out of 4 Kenya Cup finals. 2015, 2017, 2018.
Griffin Musila in communication with Oliver Mangeni. He claims that ball in the air. KCB ambitious enough to attempt and go for a fourth try. Moses Amsala running hard into Shitambasi. Asati has men in support. This is Davis Chenge moving ever so closer to the Kabras try line. Kabras defending in numbers. KCB just building up slowly, and that is a bonus point try from Nelson Nyandat, and the bankers break out into dance.
Absolutely.
A bit uncoordinated, but still.
They do get the bonus point try. That's what they were looking for. That's what they were looking for. The bankers were looking for that bonus point try. As you can see, they're celebrating. Curtis Olago, I'll watch with the dance there. A real showman. And Kabras' unbeaten start to the season is well and truly over.
35-20. You can just see Nelson Nyandat barge over for that try. Griffin Musila breaking into dance, joined by the coordinated Tony Onyango and Brian Omondi. But debate on dance moves is something for a later date. Asati's conversion is sure. 37-20.
4 tries to 3. I didn't see this coming. Yeah.
And William Juguna, at the end of the game, I honestly didn't see this scoreline coming. Yes, predicted a close result. I think the scoreline betrays the quality of play that we have seen on the field of play. And back to what you mentioned at the close of the first half, Kabras spanning those kicking opportunities, probably coming back to haunt them.
Absolutely, yes. It's not going according to plan for them, and this should be the last passage of play. The game is well and truly over. I don't know how the league table will look like, because Kabras won 49 points, KCB won 44, so they get the bonus points. So the two teams will be tied, though I tend to think Kabras will edge it on, I don't know, points differential or something like that.
They will, because they had a massive 100 points advantage over KCB in terms of points scored. But for KCB, it's simply just about issuing the statement of intent. And what a way to prove that they have bounced back from that match day 2 loss to Nondis, as well as that close result against Black Blood 2 match days ago. It is Kabras Sugar surging forward in the final moments of this fixture. Kevin Keegan, Fabian Orlando, he is pressured by Shaban Ahmed. KCB, are they ambitious enough to go for a 5th? You can't count it out. The ball has been claimed by Shaban Ahmed. Not legally though. The cookie has just crumbled for Kabras Sugar. Logan Basson to Charlton Mokua. That looked like side entry, but I could be wrong. Tanga. Ayange with the inside pass. It is spilled there by Paul Abuto. And Griffin Musila is in possession and racing clear. KCB are going to score a 5th try, William Juguna. They take this game and the scores into the 40s.
To the 40s, yes. Griffin Musila, try number 5 for KCB. That takes the score to 42 points to 20. And if I was the referee, if this was a boxing match, the referee will just have called off the game.
Let's look at that. Griffin Musila picked up that ball from the breakdown and raced clear.
And remember, Griffin Musila did score a try against Impala last week. And that is surely game, set and match. It was game, set and match at 37 points to 20. And Kabras really being put to the sword, especially in the second half. These last 3 tries have really taken the stuffing out of them.
KCB pumping in 26 points in the second half. Samuel Asati with the kicking duties. He is sure with the conversion. 44-20.
Game over.
And it is over here at the Impala Club. Massive result.
Kcb 44, Kabras 20. No one had seen this coming, but the game of the season, despite the scoreline, has lived up to its billing. And the two teams now will be sharing points 49-49. We'll be updating you on the scores, but congratulations to KCB. They have won this game by a humongous 44 points to 20, as we shall be playing you highlights of the second half, which lived up to its billing. A cagey opening first half, but what a spectacular second half by the Bankers, who've made it count here on match day 11 of the 2018-2019 Kenya Cup season. The highlights for you in this game.